the opposition to this. What we want is, we need to consider our agricultural land in the country is diminishing. We're working towards building these data centers at record numbers, countrywide, not just in Young County, not just in Texas. And we're diminishing our agricultural land to the point where we may not be able to feed ourselves with food that we grow here in our own country, that we'll have to import it all in. And that's a real big consideration that we have to consider. Not to mention, unless you're gonna put the whole data center underground, that low hum, you got residences up on Spivey Hill where it's gonna butt up to, that could hear that low hum in their houses. And then who wants to go play golf on a golf course that's surrounded by big buildings? And then you have light pollution. Who's gonna be able to be out on the lake and see the stars at night? Who can hear the bugs on the breeze as we can right now? I think there's more to it. Now, I will tell you this, the economic benefits are there, right? I mean, you can't decline those. If you're gonna discard them, you have to do that very heavily to throw those away. But I think we also have to look at what Young County and its people want out of it, right? I believe we can go and get jobs from other manufacturing plants that can utilize buildings that are in our industrial park, and we could even hire more people than 200 people on. So I think there's some other ways that we could bring jobs in, that other than just this data center, and bringing in the next big thing. It's hard to look at this data center and wonder, are we actually going to see the tax benefits of it? Where are the tax benefits from the windmill farms, the solar farms? What if they're bringing in so much? Why is the county in such trouble? Why is our city in such trouble? It's not. I don't think the fight. Yes, we don't want the data center here, but I don't think the fight is necessarily strictly with the data center. I think it's also trying to get more transparency in the way funds are spent and where everything is going. And that's really what we have to say.
Thank you.
This morning, anyways.
All right, anyone else?
Can I refer to what I would like to ask for the item when you get to it?
Yeah, what item is that?
Item number 9 and number 22.
Sure. Anything else? All right, we will move to the tax assessor collector September activity report. That is in your packet. For reference, at this point this year, our tax assessor collectors collected $434,000. Compared to this time last year, it was $386,000. We'll move now to the September activity report from Constable Brian Little, which is in your packet. We received a hotel occupancy tax report for $6,426.55 for August of 2025 from the Wildcatter Ranch. We received a hotel occupancy tax report for $44.71 for August 2025 from the cabin at Salt Fork Ranch. We received a hot tax report for $1,279.47. That's for the third quarter from La Casa Tierra. Now we'll move to the best thing on our agenda, the Young County 4-H and National 4-H Week interpretation by the Young County 4-H Council. Come on up. I'm glad we actually have a lot of people to see this.
Every year, National 4-H Week is a time to celebrate everything 4-H stands for, and this year's theme was Beyond Ready. It was all about how 4-H helps youth grow, learn, and lead in a world that's always changing. 4-H, the nation's largest youth development organization, grows confident young people who are empowered for life today and prepared for careers tomorrow. 4-H programs reach nearly 6 million young people across the U.S., with over 200 members here in Young County, through experiences that develop critical life skills. Through the Beyond Ready National Initiative, 4-H aims to increase that number to 10 million youth annually by 2030. 4-H is the youth development program of our nation's cooperative extension system and USDA, and serves every county and parish in the U.S. through a network of 110 public universities and more than 3,000 local extension offices.
Globally, 4-H collaborates with independent programs to empower 1 million youth in 50 countries. The research-backed 4-H experience shows young people who are 4 times more likely to contribute to their communities, 2 times more likely to have the goal of being a leader, 2 times more likely to report living life with intentionality and purpose, and 3 times more likely to participate in community service.
Today, the Young County Council is excited to be with you this morning. We represent 4-H at the county level where all clubs are represented and have a voice on what we would like to see happen here on the home front. Council plays a key role in providing level opportunities that all 4-H members can participate in. We continually help promote, educate, and provide hands-on activities for the youth in Grand, Newcastle, and Albany.
Thanks to 4-H, I feel beyond ready to take on school, college, career, and life. Or at least I'll be educated and trained and ready.
During National 4-H Week, which took place this past week, October 5th through 11th, our 4-H community and others were able to celebrate all that 4-H has to offer, from Go Green on Monday to how it started to how it's going on Tuesday. Throw it way back on Wednesday, 4-H for Good on Thursday, and Feature Friday. The 4-H for Good Thursday, 4-H youth volunteers and educators all over the country shared their stories, giving back, and showing what it meant to be part of this organization.
Thank you to our 4-H volunteers, club managers, and project leaders, coaches, and many parent volunteers for always encouraging us and believing what the young people can do. Thank you to our Young County Commissioners for allowing us to come and share what 4-H is doing.
As one of the 6 million 4-Hers across the country, I've learned 4-H is more than a club. It's a place where young people like me create sense of community by learning and doing. Whether we're raising animals, giving speeches, exploring AI and STEM, or planning service projects, 4-H helps youth in Young County build real life skills that prepare us for the future. 4-H has helped us build a future and find where we belong. We hope more people will support opportunities like this, so even more youth can be a part of an organization that truly makes a difference. On a personal note, we would like to share a little bit about our own personal 4-H experiences with you this morning before we wrap up. I'll go first. Hello, my name is True Creel, and I'm proud to represent Young County 4-H. I just recently stepped out of my role as club president and am now the secretary. I am currently serving as the county council president. I show pigs, goats, sheep, chickens, and do commercial steers. One of my main focuses with my club leadership role is that we are always doing a service project. We do a service project each month. Our main focuses are honoring veterans, community cleanup, and alleviating food insecurity. Once again, we're representing Young County 4-H, and we're grateful for the opportunity to be here. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ella Buse. I'm a freshman and I am the county council representative in my club and the parliamentarian in county council. I've been doing 4-H for 6 years and I love it. I think it's a really great experience for a lot of kids. I do a lot of contests that taught me skills that I wouldn't have learned or been as good at if I was not in 4-H. So thank you so much for your time.
Good morning. My name is Lexi Goins. I'm a sophomore, and I am sophomore 4-H's second vice president, the county council's
had show sheep and pigs, and I think 4-H has definitely helped me experience life lessons of taking care of another creature.
Good morning, I'm Cutter Goff. I'm a freshman and I'm on the county council delegate. I participate in archery and Kentucky, and I travel all over Texas to competitions. And I learn how people think and how our animals learn and eat agriculturally.
Good morning, Young County. This 4-H update is brought to you by yours truly, Avery Creel. I am 10 years old in the 5th grade at Newcastle ISD. I'm the Salt Fork 4-H club president and the Young County Council second vice president. Thank you, commissioners, and judge, for always welcoming, listening to, and supporting Young County 4-H. I presented here a dozen times since I was a Clover kid, and I always appreciate the chance to share about how much I love 4-H in Young County. And I've been doing 4-H since I was in the womb.
Hi, my name is Phil Craig, and again, thank you all for letting us come up here today. This is my 6th year in 4-H, and I am proud to represent Renewed 4-H. I am proud to participate in livestock judging and meat science.
Hi, my name is Addison Greenberg. This is around my 8th year in Young County 4-H, and I am currently your secretary in the county council, and I am first vice president in my club, which is Salt Fork 4-H. And I do a lot of things in 4-H, including meat science and livestock judging. And thank you again for letting me come here.
I'm Kate Kelly, and I'm the Lone Star Club representative. I participate in livestock judging, animal science, and agriculture.
Thank you. I would like to now turn it over to Ms. Pitt.
So we're lucky to have this group as our Young County Council. Again, like they said, it makes up all of the different components of 4-H, from the club aspect to our project experiences. They come up twice a year to give presentations and kind of inform the core about what we're doing in 4-H. And so we set at about 200 members. We have about 25 direct volunteers with up to 40 indirect volunteers. Several of them are in the crowd today. So if you are a parent volunteer, club manager, project leader in this room, would you please stand? Pretty neat, because several of them. What I think is neat, we have our traditional volunteers, and then also we have a few in the crowd that were here for other things, and that says that we makes up a lot of different community members in our different communities. So we thank you all. And this year, it's been a whirlwind since August 1st. We've had tons of activities. If you have seen our 4-H calendar, we are constantly on the move. These kiddos, especially here, they're involved in so much, and they're the ones that keep our 4-H program going, our leadership aspect, and making sure that our kids and our parents and so forth are involved. True Krill led a 4-H dance with her leadership team here. We had over 100 kiddos in attendance. We had representation from all counties, up to 7 to 8 counties there. That was our first annual Back to 4-H bash that we put on, in addition to kickoffs at Farmers Market, our 4-H Explosion events, our kickoff with club meetings, project kickoffs. So we are in full swing with our fall activities, and so again, just wanted to give credit to these kiddos as well as our volunteers. And then I'm so grateful that we have an audience today to be able to share more about what 4-H does with maybe some of y'all that maybe have not heard about 4-H in a while, or directly involved with these kiddos here. Outside of that, this is Savannah Williams. I'm going to let her introduce herself and then share a little bit.
So I'm Savannah Williams. I'm the Ag Extension Agent here in Young County, and we have been busy since we kicked off. We just actually came back last week from the State Fair of Texas Livestock Judging Contest. We had 18 youth participate, which is huge. It's probably the most numbers I've had in the last 6 years that I've been in Young County. Our participants were Payne Udley, Addison Greenwood, Colt Crego, Jack Armstrong, Austin and Trace Dunham, Carly Green, Rocket Laurent, Haven and True Krill, Ava and Bodie Hammond, Erica and Brooke LaTour, Braxton Knoll, Dally Treadway, Lexi and Cody Goins. We also had a team travel to the State Fair of Texas for the Plant ID contest. That involved the Pitcock family, all 4 of them, Cooper, Ace, Tucker, and Elliott. And then we also had Colt Crego and Cutter Goff. We had participants at the State Fair of Texas archery shoot contest, which was Cutter Goff, Maddie Hearn, and Luke, I'm not going to pronounce this, I don't know that I can pronounce his last name. We also had participants at the State Fair of Texas with the beef Skillathon and the Meat Science Skillathon contest. That included both True and Haven Creel. Haven was the champion junior individual in the Beef Skillathon contest. So out of the state of Texas, she was champion. Then we also have our state ambassador for shooting sports, which is Maddie Hearn. And then we also had participation at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo in their archery contest, which was Rayleigh Seiler, and she placed third. So incredible start. We barely made it halfway through October, and Young County 4-H is already making waves and being competitive at the state level.
Thank y'all so much again for having us. Thank y'all for being here this morning to support the court and being able to appear our presentation. So thank y'all all. Thank you, girls. I'll give support. We do a quick photo, and then we will make some room for y'all.
What's the room on the back?
Y'all go ahead and scoot around the corner.
Y'all are awesome. Can we all get in, or we need to run?
Volunteers are welcome.
Why don't y'all scoot over?
There we go.
There we go. Now we're
Yeah,
good.
now we're
I know y'all are afraid of Stacy.
Awesome. Thank y'all so
Thank
much.
you.
All right, thank y'all.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Y'all did a great job.
Thank
Thank you. Were you Phillips? Way better than being Justin.
Utley.
You bet. From the blue, you started in the blue.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Well, they got that. Okay, it is now 10 o'clock. We have two executive sessions. The first one is a 10 o'clock closed session under Texas Government Code 551.076 and Texas Government Code 551.089, dealing with deliberation regarding security devices or security audits, and it's regarding discuss an assessment of a security incident. And the second one is at 10:30, is under Texas Government Code 551.0725, deliberation regarding contract being negotiated, and 551.087, deliberation regarding economic development negotiations, and this is regarding the solar farm in Carolina. So we're gonna go take those Zoom calls. If the first one ends earlier, we'll come back in and start working through the agenda. But we're gonna go into executive session right now. It's 9:57. So we'll be back.
Are you going to go through both of those sections?
Well, we're gonna go through the first one, and if it goes all the way up to 10:30, we're gonna start the second one. But if the first one ends early, we're gonna come back in here.
One of the things. I figured that you need, you know, you are the trouble. There was something wrong. Yeah.
I'm glad we did. There's some coordination, so all this going on, that's stuff like this. Well, so far, so good.
Sound carries on more.
And you have a group of developers on the school board. So it's so
What do they have in them?
So there are various, what they call percentages inside of it. And once they get hit, they're trying to do is balance for each of them.
So they're taking care of. Something like about Lake Edmond, that's where our main creek feeds right up through the southern place. And then think about when they take out all the vegetation, what it does.
No, I just told her a while ago, I said.
Because I've got shallow water, so the surface owner just guts out and put so the landowner, these are 489. So the landowner wants some of that water. So I said, okay, pull it out. Pull it out of the bottom, you don't get the oil flows. Take a sample down there and so then I opened it up, let it run through all the filtration, about 300 foot into the creek. Then we took the sample out of the creek.
Here's the number off my contract.
So,
We had an answer to just, land around here.
We go straight off of separate. And run it into
it is, it's cold. It was Mr. It was Mr. Garvey. The whole time he was around. Joe,
His experts, yeah.
the whole time he kept this cattle. He was there. There's a road commission lady. See, I gotta go to Jacksonville. Why do you say that? She's so good, how great it is around your tank. She said everything else is dead, it's all right around here. But they say it's produced.
I don't need comfort
So they,
in my life.
they go nuts.
Who's protesting what?
But they're only gaining, they're only gaining, they're running.
No. You want this off? You know how to do it. For 3 years. Yeah. No comment. That's my comment.
There's a guy, that wants to grand protest. Almost my whole life. We hired, he use his.
Find those people in this whole town.
But Bitcoin,
Find those people.
that's why I killed it. It was a sexual issue. Everything's running over. But I get there. And I fix it. Real risky. So I said, fix it. Got a tractor. I know you're gonna clean it. So Bill was like,
Weapons of any kind, including those legally permitted, should not be brought.
everything. He listened to the landowner.
So you could.
Well, he's relaxed now.
All weapons should not be brought to the.
Because he's trying to.
Didn't say shall.
I heard he got well,
I was gonna say, all you do is open
They're
the
both
door on the top.
Yeah.
I would prefer to be at elevation.
You know, that's things at the land.
It says 5 miles an hour down the highway. They're loud.
But
They're very loud.
he called me, he said, he said, I'm gonna wait.
We got it on, we got it on fire truck.
Sign on it, we'll take it. So I went the next 2 weeks, got everything.
We'll take it back to you.
But they hardly not.
I think we had, plus you really have to put some sort of,
Last shower, he got
ballistic reflection
calls
on
me.
there that would add a lot
Get
of.
the information, said, how do you want to start?
That thing is
They said, don't worry about it, I already have both.
reaction.
So he wasn't plugging.
If you're gonna go up right now.
I've seen some of those. It's gonna be the next little project. See, it starts with like they do with 60. So we tried to direction contact. And we're getting no reflection. We don't have. So, we're around that.
They work really well.
And we're getting direction. They would want to ask the same. And the guy was part of it, you know, and go by the post office. And literally, it's in the street corner. All guys over there, you see, it was like, you know, then I church playing. So my wife said, why so far up?
Take 15 minutes for the, guess what?
October 20th. Oh, but your neighbor over there is, you remember that picture I sent you?
As we're doing this, where is all this reflection?
We don't say his
Oh,
name.
it's about
We don't say his name.
And we're getting reflection.
But it starts with, first name starts with an L, last name starts with an L.
And not have. Yeah. But, so we're instead of trying to go full speed.
It goes all the way to the river.
So go back to the still days reports. And try to get better, because guys are just real here. They can't find it either. Yeah, it's like we're. And we got the area.
Do we all consider long distance?
And apparently, the guy did it very, very long, 5 hours. The way Jerry Dean.
What do you want from the last?
Just in that space where it's done.
Huh?
Nobody wants to. Yeah, Jerry's been quite the setup, man. But we got her. Well, I want to be more of
Well, it's not this long, and big around.
Honestly,
One
he's
catches the line.
thinking about the speed.
So I said, I can't believe you can go up the way you can. I believe you go what? And he passed 100 yards of red dots, really, it's minute a man, sure he's gonna hold it over the dots that you see, just.
I've got a drink for it. I've got a drink for it. I've got those 1,580 yards.
I prefer a more genetic anything inside of 100 is.
Yeah, everyone's got.
Nice, actually.
Yeah.
We use those things that are.
In there. His firehouse, big time garden.
Just to build it. It's interesting how people don't pay attention.
We can't corral one.
For example, the building that I live in, you know, you come in the front door, it's and we can go about 25, 30 feet. And we go about 10 feet. You can out right
And somebody texted me last night.
I can work you all the way down from the
Sign the lease.
that's what I started. So that way, there's no worries. So before we had volunteers work the tower. Not too far away, but now it's 6, 7 miles.
And you can't get that here unless you come here.
And he walked around in Walmart.
Yeah,
He was able to talk to last week. Just have himself for, he was in his office where
The outside thing.
there, he was outside. You could everywhere else.
If you were gonna go anywhere, that's like.
We gotta get more
We should explain that to people.
That doesn't surprise me. No, that's us, so next one, he's coming up here.
For speed and kilometers, easier not to.
Somebody was saying that there'd be a very big conflict out there.
What do we know today? Usually run with Tom. Is he okay?
Yeah, he's fine. I talked to him yesterday. He said, "Oh, I said all I want to
I
say."
always really wanted to put one up in our meeting. That's good. Yeah, they work out really well.
So would he go through all the meters that we got?
What have you been up to? We lost our audience.
Well, the fellow stood up and said only 2 people are gonna connect. I don't know why someone didn't say that. Or do you? You're not the boss. I mean, you didn't get it.
What they say, is it true?
Is that what he said?
That's what somebody said. Yeah, so at 77 degrees, they kick on and then start.
That's the agreement.
We have this is really tower. All right, now. Somewhere like
Then he was saying, well, there's no oil and gas or.
you're on this.
So bad.
I pretty much overlook the town of that little field right there. I squat it, we do that, and then you never really, so they'll be, it'll cover the town. Yeah, that's a matter of it. I think it'll take care of all your issues. And when they tried to do was first put that in, we were getting interference with the EMS fire, the city EMS fire here. So it was like, the antennas were about too close. So I had to and I think that's where a lot of our members.
You see Driftway, they own Driftway.
We actually lost, you got to see the antenna, you turn it right down.
She's part of that, yes.
Well, Jim Ratcliffe, and Jerry had.
I think, can you ask that man right there?
had Jim by the
The other
river.
place I want to know somebody is, these shots need lights, believe it or not.
And they put it up for sale. And so Jerry had
When I,
Jim buy
because when I did mine, it's like, be here, right, you get one side all the way back, that's how it is.
where that curve is, as you go in.
At the water, that's crazy. It's because it goes down with the breeze. It go up, it goes all the way up.
Where the state said that. They told him to be no tower.
I would say, I've never had any problems with mine. In-car radio, handhelds, we've always had but never here.
So, you know, they eventually done, okay? This is the second year, so they don't. But the other ones, it took time. They finally did.
And then we got a radio deal.
They built the fence.
About going out that way, we were getting everything I need. I think that would also, you know, when you get
But then when you put the next
way up to it,
that's right.
particularly the DMDs there.
But they have.
I want to say, we've been on that.
So that, and Jim's, of course, was the.
All the way down 209, all the way to. So maybe that would help that goes along. I was working on the water towers down there. We had water towers, but yeah, it's still come here. Yeah, you can put something on top of there. That'd be away from all the other radio antennas and all that.
We've got 3 pages.
But they wouldn't buy it.
We have right now.
Is it fenced in?
If he would. It was being seen.
Radio deal?
Yeah. That's, really need to get there. Oh, yeah, want to build it out there.
Well, it's got a nice building.
We have one. Sitting right there beside that tower.
Yeah, we're gonna try to do a couple, work through a few. So it is 10, what time did you say you need to be in up? 22? All right, we'll call this meeting back to order. It's 10:22 a.m. We are out of the 10 a.m. executive session. Is there any action regarding item number 14?
I'll make a motion, we call it tax advice as a situation.
Wonderful. We have a motion to follow tax and our attorney's advice. And we have a second on that. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes 5-0. All right, so we've got a few minutes here. You want to knock out the minutes real quick? We have the amended county clerk minutes from August 25th, 2025. I thought they looked perfect. A motion from Commissioner Wiley, second from Commissioner Cresswell. All in favor of accepting the amended minutes? Any opposed? Motion passes 5-0. We have item number 5, discuss and approve the amended county clerk minutes from September 8th. We have a motion from Commissioner Wiley, second from Alan Craig. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes 5-0. We have discuss and review the minutes from our last meeting, which was September 22nd. They look great to me. All right, we have a motion from Commissioner Wiley, a second from Stacy Crestwell. Any discussion on that? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes 5-0. Okay. Treasurer Mylum, we have your financial.
Cover the auditor.
I'm sorry. Come on in here. Come on, lazy. All right, we're gonna skip to Pushy Mosley, Katie Mosley.
That's rude. It talks to me.
All right, so this is item number 8, notice, discuss and consider amended notice of election.
Thank you. So the only thing that changed is the Olney polling location. They are doing renovations, so now we're going to do it at the Olney Civic Center, and we're going to do it the last 2 days of early voting and election day there.
We're gonna do election day there too?
Yes.
Better than moving. All right, so we got a motion from Commissioner Wiley, and we have a second from Alan Craig. Is there any discussion or questions for Ms. Katie? No special pin?
No special pin today. I got stuff to do. But we are doing a pumpkin contest at the annex because we're fun, so y'all should come vote on those. Just saying.
All right, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes 5-0. Thank you. All right, go to work.
Thank you, appreciate it.
All right, I don't know if we have time for anything else before the next one starts. So now we will skip to item number 16, which is a 10:30 Zoom closed session under Texas Government Code 551.0725. And this is deliberations regarding a contract being negotiated, and 55.1.087 deliberations regarding economic development negotiations. Both are in reference to the Tapaderas Solar Farm near Alaska.
I have one comment.
You may.
I don't know if you plan on attending that, but I would suggest that you did not attend the closed session, that you did not stay in on it whatsoever, because I believe that you're completely compromised in the issue.
Okay, understood. We have discussed this with the TAC lawyers on that, as far as to got some guidance on that, but I appreciate your concern on that. All right, shall we go in there? All right.
Well, that's what we're doing, ready to be. Well, we're gonna do the visual thing. We're not gonna do the work. Oh, I bet you would. I mean, they'll have, the VFDs do have some, you know, digital radios. The fire department and EMS here has got digital on all their equipment, so the VFDs, they'll be able to, if there's, you know, maybe of course I got a situation, Arcanian, they'll be able to get in here and talk to this. Okay. Now, they should be able to talk to.
Yeah, we were fine.
You don't like me. The county, the sheriff primary is still, they can still receive animals right in back. So, but for the most part, I've got digital animal versions in all the sites that I've got set up. This is for the they'll be able to talk in all those outline areas. The only place the volunteers won't be able to talk to the SO real good is here in town. But they should be able to talk on the street here in town. And that's the issue. Once we get in buildings, the VHS does not. And in order to switch and go to something different, we have to replace everybody in the county to go to 700. That was all the problems, which are probably talking. So I done the fire department, which keep something on there. Had 140 mobiles, and like 169 Porsches, and we converted them. Total cost was about $7 million. Right. Now, with the operation, the console will match on that one. The console will do that. So they, if they come up with they could, pass county fire with that stuff. And, that's one way to have interoperability. They can check, SO with, county PD, but, everybody else's frequencies on the radio, so there's really no need for that. Other than the ones that are just sitting on that long period. And they just, you can pass across.
Yes. Okay.
Number one is you got a fire out there and you got multiple different counties. Everybody coming in from the county, everybody coming in, you got everybody coming in from Jack County, everything else. You need to really switch over to a state fire service and run that on that. State fire radio is what it's called. 5 miles from each other. So it'll pretty much cover the fire. It's a very huge fire. Then you'd have multiple commands all set up. And then that's why you have C fire 21 through 26. We set that up and other stuff. Yes. And to be honest with you, that's how the Texas Interop's kind of written up that way, where you go out on the fire scene, you switch to B fires and stuff like that. That's so if you call other entities coming in, they know that's programmed for radios, because that should be programmed in every fire radio, SO radio, PD radio, everything. They should be able to go to a channel that's common, which is the Interop channel, which there's probably 27 or somewhere around different frequencies, and they should be able to talk amongst each other at that time. And that would leave the dispatch out where they're not just all what happened to dispatch when they start hearing all that. Next thing you know, they turn it down. Yeah, I can come back to me. Yes. They should be, and dispatch don't be taking care of all that traffic. They don't need to say, they don't need to hear a truck saying, hey, turn into the third gate, when they're sitting there listening to PD or SO traffic and trying to dispatch there. So like I said, the first thing they do is they start bumping that audio. And then pretty soon it's turned down, they're not changing it. Now, digital, all digital radios, Texas Interop plan is all in. So, all your B fire channels, B law, B anything. So it's set up for mainly for police. Texas or the federal government has not released nowhere near enough money. They stopped releasing it for everybody to go do. It's just not there.
But they make loopholes in that.
Would probably be better. So I called this. I couldn't get the system, I was just, I guess, loving there. And, I heard CMS talking about it. Because all I had only was a portal. Okay. And then from 11 on, I could get it with portal. Pretty good.
It does. Well, I don't think somebody's going to survive in cars.
Yeah, what I need to do is, we need to get your EMS or your, I can quote it on here. Reprogram your portables and your mobile plans, everything. Once we get Newcastle. I got a full day out. It's a full day, so sit down about 3 hours. He was married to it, but I don't think so. We were down there at noon time.
Well, it wouldn't go through. But also, I was left right out of school, I didn't need it all.
I stay hid out.
It's working.
Not permanent, I want to start doing that. I put on a shirt, get out on square, sell burgers and sausages. Charge, take some money, put into it. She don't come as, since she's got a real, but I know her. The reason the beef. Yeah, he was gonna try so we had, he was coming, she was a little bit. See, I went to church in Orange City when everyone, the building was still there. I think they got the floors. We got Laura's youngest daughter, she just let everybody go to the birthday party, she had her third her because we got two boys, now this is boys, well, we got more time. Younger daughter, now think of the boys, I think she was in shy, quiet. She said,
It's beautiful Saturday, we meet on Sunday afternoon.
Boy, they
Friday to get the test. It's a pretty easy one.
He works for Long anymore. But he travels. So when he travels,
You can look at it, you can
but they are right against Colorado. So they kind of cross over the line. Yeah, you go
past your running back,
their kid already
whatever
has
EMC
Stuff down.
got, I mean, it's
Parents of this trailer, I'm like, this is a 4-year-old game. Well, he pushed my kid out, he is, I'm like, goodness. I gotta go in there and run up with it. Make so much money. I've never seen anything, you know,
yeah, they should have. Yeah, I'm driving around.
the majority of them do now.
Field there. Get 9 houses. Look down on them.
They had a school in there.
I've been in those areas.
It had nothing to do with that. We moved service. Robert said, "Bears, you'll come in the town." We'll stand down there now. My side. She's the same way. Whatever happened 100 years ago, that ain't got, it ain't got nothing to do with my generation. Your generation, all that, way back then.
I didn't trust him before, and I really did.
And I heard one say, breed, so they're giving something, whatever. Probably get bigger, put enough fruits. So do we have to do something about
As long as we're not throwing chairs around.
Hi, James, it's Jean. Hi. You know what, I look at my editor email, because I'm at the commissioner's report, and I don't have it turned up on my phone. But if, when I get back this afternoon, I'll let you know, like, what did we talk That's better, because that way I can download it to my computer and put it into my translation program. Transcription software. Good. So what did we talk about? Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, I'm here and there, that's a big subject right now. Places packed. We're short against it, but yeah, it's a big deal. Commissioners are right now in an executive session talking to data center people. So, like, what did we say? Yeah. Well, that's very interesting. Okay, thank you.
All right, it is 11:10, and we're out of executive session. Is there any action pursuant to matters that's discussed in item number 16?
Yes, I make a motion that we have a town hall meeting in Elishaville with taxpayers, their team, and the citizens of Young County. To the date we disclosed.
So we'd set up a big town hall meeting, bring the
Uh,
whole crew down here.
Can we use
answer all
the fire
questions.
station?
Is that or the tabernacle? either?
Yeah, I'll get in touch with your son and see if we can schedule a time. Don't you think that'd be a good place to have it?
Yeah, we can do it at the fire station, no matter what, I mean, we can pull the trucks out.
Okay. I just thought that would be a nice big space that we could do that. Okay,
Yeah,
so we make a
yeah.
motion to set up a town hall. Is there a second to that motion?
I'll second.
All right, so a second from Commissioner Cresswell. Any discussion on it? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes 5-0. Can we take maybe a 5-minute restroom break and then we can continue on? Is that okay?
Please.
All right, we'll take
I've
a
been wondering how I was doing it yourself, so it's our turn again.
You got a cup back there?
I got one, you just, who's gonna carry it down for me?
Yes, there is.
Well, you know what they do.
You gonna show up fish fry this year? You gonna slap us?
I always go to get fish fries.
Yeah, see, that was used to be Harlan, it always used to be a license, because we had a post office down there. And then they changed everybody, they started getting new licenses. We still got a license out here, like St. Zip code, but they went to put South Bend on everybody's address. But so I zip code for South Bend. Zip code, so they only got a post office until after. Still have box.
That's what I wish we could have done. Our mailbox out, rule out of record. Mailbox in front of the gate. But when you tell them your address, they automatically says, leave it safe there. Don't leave it safe. That's a little problem.
I had They don't really want to come out.
Oh, a drill? They didn't say anything about it. Really? I'll let you know. I'll ask tomorrow.
Yeah. Probably a battery.
I'd be sitting in Milwaukee or, Milwaukee or?
No, it's the
T-Wall, okay. All right, I'll find out. You know, we never did. You never did the oath of office. Yeah, I missed that. Where'd they go? Yeah, lost. Good, how are you doing? Since we're waiting, did anyone see a little football game in Dallas over the weekend?
The squirrel finally found a nut.
The squirrel finally found a nut. Our quarterback finally completed some passes. Granted, they were only, I think he averaged 4 yards per pass or something.
So, so what do you prefer, the Red River rivalry, the Red River shootout? I don't remember what it is.
I like Red River Shootout, but that's politically incorrect now.
I think Texas A&M and Texas Tech's holding their own this year.
Yeah, they are. Very well.
They're both doing great, yeah. Can't wait to, A&M's about to, they're about to get their stuff out of their schedule. I'll be interested to see how that goes. They look great. All right, so it's 11:15 and we're back in regular session. I missed one thing on item number 3. If we could back up to item number 3, acknowledge the oath of office and statement of officers and appointment for the duly appointed district clerk, Stacy Mallory. So all that stuff's in our packet.
Yeah, so
We don't have to do it.
We don't have to do it.
It's just an acknowledgement. So now we get to, we'll hit number 7, consider the treasurer's financial report and updates on securities pledge. Treasurer Milam?
Okay, we're caught up through August of this year on our financials and so forth. I emailed everybody, hope you got those. So just for your approval,
So we're through August, and we're,
or September,
So-
I'm working on September.
good deal. That'll be great news, because once we get that down, we can start our audit.
Right. Yeah, I think we're still doing 24 items for our auditors.
Okay.
We're still working on that.
Okay. I know we all got that ahead of time. Did everyone get a chance to look at that? Do we have a motion to accept the, and how many months is this? So it goes,
January.
Yeah, there's.
okay, do we have a motion to accept the treasurer's report for January 2024 through August 2024? Motion from Commissioner Wiley. Do we have a second? Second from Alan Craig. Commissioner Craig. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes 5-0. Thank you. Good work, John.
I'm trying to do the minutes right now.
Oh, yeah. Already did all those. I did them all. I read them out one by one, but And there's nothing to sign on. Here's minutes number one. I think Timmy left that. Timmy, did you bring the interlocal agreement? It, oh, yeah, well, do I have that, Timmy? Where did you put it?
I laid it on your packet.
It's on my packet?
It's not in your packet, I laid it on your packet.
Okay, we'll find it when we get to it. Might be the first time you've ever said that.
Especially last weekend.
Okay. While y'all are working on that, we'll move to item number 8, consider the auditor's budget amendments and vouchers payable. Ms. Sherry?
We have vouchers out of the FY '25 and FY '26.
Okay.
The ones for FY '25, out of the general fund, is $69,221.58. And the total is $168,782.46. And there is Dawn's butane.
So, but that, is that just fiscal year 25?
That's just 25, yes, sir.
Okay. So, we have a motion from Commissioner Cresswell. Is there a second? Second from Alan Craig. Any discussion? Commissioner Craig, I'm sorry, I keep calling you Alan. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes 4-0-1 with Commissioner Wiley abstaining. Okay.
Okay, for the FY '26, out of the general fund, it's $33,941.
I'm sorry, give it to me one more time.
$33,941.34.
Okay, fiscal year 26.
That's out of the general fund.
Okay.
The total is $39,622.26.
So, okay. No conflicts on that?
Correct.
Okay.
So moved.
All right, we have a motion from Commissioner Cresswell. Do we have a second? Second from Commissioner Wiley. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes 5-0. Okay. Eric Garrity is here. He's going to help us with our next two. Let's do item number 9, which is discuss and consider an interlocal agreement by and between Young County Commissioners Court and the City Council of Graham for the preservation of the William P. Johnson Cemetery and its environs. That's a word I wasn't familiar with before.
Here's a copy of the agreement, gentlemen. The city council at September 5th meeting did approve this agreement pending current county. So did you want to talk to the issues around it?
So I guess we can both do it, but I will start. So, and Timmy, I don't know where the original document is. Oh, there it is. Okay, perfect. Okay, so originally, we had the William P. Johnson Cemetery as we all know it to be, and we agreed to do several things. We agreed to close it to any future burials. We agreed to redo the fencing and everything for it, and we've done all that, and it looks wonderful. Commissioner Cresswell's done a wonderful job with the dirt work and the land work on that. We also, in that process, realized that the city of Graham, and I don't think they realized they had it, owned the lot next to the cemetery. And that's where there was a church and then a school that was there, that the chain of title went from the church, and then it went to the school, and then it ended up in GISD, and then after integration, the school didn't need it anymore, and they gave it to the city of Graham, and it kind of had been forgotten that the city of Graham had it, and the previous owners had actually fenced it off and had kind of adversely possessed it. But once we realized the city of Graham had it, the city said, okay, we don't want them to adversely possess it. And what they agreed to do was to build a parking lot. And they put a cutout in there and really created a nice little parking lot to keep everyone from having to park on the street. Well, fast forward to several months ago, we approved a ground penetrating radar study of the site. And when they did that, they found that there were, and again, this is all potential grave sites. It's just you'd have to really dig down to really determine if it's real or not. But there are potential grave sites north of our, on county land, north of our cemetery fence, west of county land, on city land, which is basically all in that parking lot, and then potentially one on the east side on TxDOT's land. So
Can't do nothing about the text dot.
can't do. Well, I'm talking to Zach Houston about that, so we'll see what he says about that. But once we got that information, I gave it to Eric Garrity with the city of Graham. Talked to the mayor, also was part of this conversation of what do we want to do on it. And what we came up with is this interlocal agreement. And go ahead, you want to take it from here because you drafted the interlocal agreement.
So based on the results of the survey and our research of the governing regulations, one of the things that's in there is if you suspect that these grave sites, particularly on the city lot, are there, and I will note, Judge DeJay's become an expert on ground penetrating radar and what it can and can't do, but they can really only tell you that within a 50 or 60% possibility if there's even something there. So one of the things that comes up is if you do go through all that and you start doing the excavation and you find the site, continue to use it as developed property, that grave site would have to be exhumed, reburied, all that stuff. We looked at it, it says if you leave it undeveloped, right, it's basically undeveloped, you don't have to go through all that, you don't have to go through all the excavation. So I get it. We put the parking lot in there and this interlocal agreement is taking the parking lot out, but that seems to be the best compromise, right? And so essentially we're just making with this, we just make all that as one cemetery. If you look in the agreement, what it says is that, so we don't have to go through any kind of transfer of ownership. The city is getting just perpetual access to Young County to do whatever they need to do in there, right? A perpetual right of access to do that. And I think the judge is eventually gonna talk to y'all about a perimeter fence or something to make all that happen. The city will of course help out with anything that we need to do, whoever gets stuck with it, to take it back. Yeah, exactly. So, but we think this is the best compromise. It preserves the sites that might be there and prevents us from having to go through all that other excavation and potentially disturbing grave site.
And I think the initial plan would be, and fortunately you guys have granted the budget for the cemetery, so we do have money in the budget to do it, is first thing I would ask Commissioner Cresswell to help me with removing all the rock that's west of the cemetery and north of the cemetery. So they just kind of clean all that rock. The north cemetery is already gone. That's all dirt now.
Right.
So it's really just west. It's just west of the cemetery to remove that rock and to bring in some more soil to kind of even all that out. And then what I would do is get the fence builder to come extend that fence west across city property and then tie into the existing fence. Where the cutout is, I'm gonna have the fence builder build a double gate so that we can get lawn equipment and stuff in there so that we can easily access it to mow it. And then eventually, return it to, get some grass to put in there to put some grass in there. And
These markers are the potential grave sites, right?
those are the potential grave sites. So
Could we leave a small part there, so we can get some measurements off of these first fours? To pull in on? That was just a question on my behalf.
We'd have to move the cutout over. I don't know if we want to do that or not. I mean, in every cemetery that I've ever been in, they mow over the cemetery.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Okay.
you're gonna have to mow over it anyway, and, I'm not anticipating that we're driving in there. Unfortunately, I think we're parking on the highway. But we can get equipment in there if we have to get equipment in there.
Which is pretty dangerous in itself.
I agree, but I don't know where to put a parking lot. I mean, there's just no land there.
The only thing we can do is move that cutout as far to the west as we could and consider just a pull-in area to where they could unload the lawn equipment.
Yeah.
And leave just enough base material there in that measurement.
In the past, y'all parked on the highway, didn't you?
Yes.
On the shoulder. Yeah.
So they all have to get out on the highway side.
Mhm.
What would the city be against moving that over, that entranceway over?
No, sir, I don't think there'd be any problem with that. Like I said, with the interlocal was one on the agenda with that perpetual right of access to maintenance. You can do anything you wanted, whatever you wanted to design. That's what the interlocal is designed.
Well, I don't wanna do anything on the city street there personally, just to move that access point or take that out and make a gradual slope in there to where they can pull up in on that far west side and be respectful of any grave side.
So what you're talking about doing is moving that cutout to here, and then basically,
We can remove
and then they
the
can
grass.
basically pull in right here, and then they can back up. Just pull in over the grass.
Right, just go ahead and make it
Not a
grass.
circle or
Yeah.
anything like that, just.
It's not a bad idea.
That existing driveway easement that Randall got fixed on, that work will it need to be expanded?
You'll have that driveway would have to move over as far west as we can take it.
So that's the only thing administratively that I think you have to do is expand one like that. It's not extra.
Well, when you and I meet, we're meeting this afternoon, we can talk about what all is involved with moving that just over here.
And I will go ahead and get the gravel off of the dirt hauling.
I think if we approve this interlocal agreement, it's just whenever you have time to do it, we can do it. And then, I've already been talking to the fence builder about extending the fence. And then, I'm working with Zach Houston to see what TxDOT will or will not allow to be done on the west of our fence. I'm a little hesitant to actually believe that there's something there, because that's where that giant metal cable is that we've been trying to get out of the ground forever.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if it's picking up that cable that's under them.
And we might lose that when I get through digging all that gravel out.
Well, it's not a bad thing.
And there is some septic stuff underneath there too.
Yeah, there is some
And
septic.
that would show hollows too.
Yeah, and then, well, actually, you think about where that septic is, that could be what this is right here showing is that septic system that's, we see that's there.
Right.
So, again, this is, I mean, it is what it is.
And whenever we were digging back here, clearing this off, we got down to a cement top, looked like either an old septic or an old, probably for the school or the church at some time there.
Yeah.
That was, then that's probably where they're getting their hollow or their echoes off of that. But I wouldn't definitely say those are graves, but,
I don't know if anybody has the appetite to take on exhuming all those grave sites. I mean, that's a process that,
I'm afraid you're gonna be exhuming a septic tank back there. And, out of that. I got one guy that's already nervous enough, I keep telling him he's not gonna, cause he hit that, I keep telling him that bad things are gonna happen now.
Yeah.
Going to his deer stand.
Okay. So that's the whole, that's everything with this interlocal agreement. Is there any discussion on it?
I think
If not, we'll entertain a motion to enter into an interlocal agreement between Young County and the city of Graham.
So I'll make that motion.
All right. We have a motion from Commissioner Craig, and we'll say a second from Commissioner Cresswell. Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes 5-0.
Thank you, Eric.
Thank you.
Give you the original, because you can take this back and get it recorded on your side. Somebody to get it there signed.
I think I'm up next too.
You are up next. So we'll move to item number 10. Discuss and consider authorizing the Graham City Manager to sell at public auction a certain container 20 feet in length and outlined as an equestrian tack room with an estimated value of $20,000, noting that said container is an asset of the Young County Arena and has been declared as excess to requirements. Further noting that such sale has been recommended by the Young County Arena Board of Directors. Such sale has been approved by the City of Graham, and further, still noting that the proceeds from said sale will be used to defray expenses related to the operations and maintenance of the Young County Arena.
So the story on this one, Judge and Commissioners, is the Arena Board has been working very hard to get sponsorships. They've had some success in 2014 when we did the financial report. This was an interesting idea. The local company, Excalibur, said, hey, instead of donating cash, we'll build a container for you that's livestock related. It's a tacker, it's an equestrian tacker. There's some pictures on it on the back of what I provided to you there. It is. It's a really nice container. We estimate the value at $20,000. So it's the Arena hustling up sponsorships. We're working with a local company, right here in Graham, promoting that. The idea is we'll have some type of auction, probably an internet auction. We just got to decide on that once we get this approval. But have an internet auction, we can work the container in cash, and that money goes directly to the arena. Now, I've worked really hard to try and find the downside of this, and I can't find one, perhaps y'all, but it sounds like a really good deal to me.
We're gonna have an absentee bid on it.
We're talking about doing an auction.
Well, I know, but are we gonna put in the city of the arena, we're gonna put a bottom bid on it, no matter what, to where it brings at least what the value is?
We'd love to do that.
Cause I can't see us wanting to take, if for some reason we don't get the bid we don't need to take a lower bid than what it's worth. Other than that, I think it's a great idea.
We can do that. Well, the cool thing about it is it's sitting out there at the arena. And all the events we've been having, people that's, the equestrian guys have been out there and seen it. It's being talked up, so, it's gonna have a good chance. And the auction site we're using is well known for that kind of equestrian and stuff like that.
So I'll ask for a motion to approve the sale of the container with a minimum bid set by the Arena Board for that sale. Do you think the Arena Board would determine what a minimum value would be? Is that reasonable with everybody? Okay, so would someone like to make that motion?
I'll make that motion.
All right, Commissioner Cresswell has made the motion to sell the container subject to a minimum bid set by the Arena Board. Is there a second to that motion? A second from Commissioner Wiley. Is there any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes 5-0. Okay, so this is item number 11, discuss and consider authorizing the Young County Arena Board of Directors to implement the following, which is an amended Young County Arena rental contract for the main facilities, an amended Young County Arena rental contract for the Barclay Room, an amended Young County Arena alcohol policy, and concur with the Young County Arena Board of Directors in the City of Graham regarding the implementation, of the same.
This is a continuation, Judge and Commissioner's quarters, some of the items we're into for the arenas, we do some housekeeping there. On the contracts, the rental contracts, they hadn't been updated in quite a while. We had it reviewed by an attorney, we put in all the indemnification, insurance paragraphs. Also, you may recall you recently approved the changes in the rental rates. We incorporated all that into the new contracts for both of those things. So really, it's just, we're getting your approval to implement the contracts that have been reviewed by an attorney, and will help better protect the arena and help better protect our customers who are out there renting the facility. On the alcohol policy, Commissioners Court previously approved the alcohol policy. We're not making very much money on alcohol sales. One of the things that staff at the arena brought up seems to be a sticking point, was we had a provision there that you will provide your own security in accordance with whatever TABC requires for your event, depending on how many people you have there. They said that's just, we don't want to deal with that, we don't want to deal with the arrangement, we don't want to deal with paying for it. What this amended alcohol policy is saying is that the arena would agree, if you had alcohol, that the arena would arrange for the security and provide the security. We do this for other events here in the county and in the city, where both the police department and the sheriff's office, they sometimes have off-duty officers that are interested in doing that, and they'll agree to a separate contract to be able to provide security events like this. Where we're anticipating the payment for that to come from is the arena makes it, they put a 20%, they put a 20% growth, 20% of gross goes back to the arena from the alcohol sales. And so to pay for security would come out of that 20%. So in one sense, it would reduce the 20% that we're getting, but right now we're getting 20% of nothing. So we wanted to give the security thing a try to see if it would boost the number of events that would contain with alcohol. Still the same provisions would apply. We'd have to have security people there. They would have to be there for the required period that qualify for their security. But that's the main change.
It just makes it easier for them to do it.
We think we want to try it.
Yeah.
See if it gets more people to have alcohol at the events, can have the events, and then see if it's economically sustainable. We don't really know if it's economically sustainable until we give it a try. All the same other provisions apply, right? This doesn't change anything about no alcoholic youth events, right? Youth specific events not having alcohol. This is just changing that to those events that are eligible for alcohol, that the arena would coordinate the security and the alcohol.
Okay. Do you have any questions?
How are we doing, like, keeping people, bringing people out of being at one of them events?
We've gotten a lot of help, ED's been a lot of help with that. We feel like getting it inside the arena, right, is pretty difficult. Can't hardly get away with that. One of the things it's in the parking lot, and it's an event at night, somebody goes out to their trailer or RV, it's hard to catch all those. But I will say, we haven't had more than 2, I think, alcohol-related incidents out there where the PD got called out and it resulted in someone being detained in the past year.
Do we have a set fine by the board for if you're caught at that, bringing in alcohol?
Actually, what we use is, because, when we did that whole annexation of arenas inside the city, we just did the city ordinances. The city ordinances is state law, laws.
Okay.
Any more questions for Eric? If not, is there a motion to approve the amended rental agreement, rental contract, alcohol policy, and to concur with the arena board and the city of Graham regarding the implementation of the same? We have a motion from Commissioner Craig. Is there a second to his motion?
I'll second it.
There's a second from Commissioner Cresswell. Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes 5-0. Finally, Sheriff, thank you for being patient. We'll move to item number 12, discuss the September activity report for the jail sheriff's office. We can. Okay, if you guys are okay with this, let's discuss and consider the purchase of a new repeater for the sheriff's office in the city of Graham for handheld radios to enhance reception in the city limits. Dwayne, how are you? Thank you for coming.
How are you guys doing?
I know this has been a big topic lately. So what's our plan?
Well, what we're looking at is, you guys' repeater that's out on Sigma Mountain is 15, 16 years old. We're looking at updating that, pulling that digital repeater back into town and putting it on Radio Hill, linking it digitally back to the SO repeater, and that will allow the PD to talk digital. That would increase the power of that repeater to 100 watts, from 50 to 100 watts, would allow them to, penetrate buildings and talk a lot better here in town with their portables.
Yeah.
I did do.
It's only the handheld problem.
Yes.
We're not having any problem with vehicles already. It's just handheld.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the major, my understanding, the major problem is kind of south of town, or southern part of town, and, pretty much at Walmart.
Walmart?
And they're having issues there. I walked around Walmart and done radio checks and, found some pretty noisy areas, found some areas that I couldn't get in Walmart. One of them being their security area. So if you've got either a deputy or a police officer in that security area reviewing tapes or something like that, they have a hard time talking back to dispatch. And just from my experience on RF, once we go digital with it, because we're analog currently, once we go digital with it and increase the power, we'll take care of those problems. And what I propose to you is once again, upgrading or purchasing a new repeater for your primary repeater, and then bringing that repeater back into my shop, your used repeater back in my shop, go through it, and tie a link to it, put it at the side here in Graham. Take the Graham side that y'all purchased back when, I believe it was May, that we put it in, and take it to Newcastle and put it in for the use of talking in the school there.
That's good.
What we're, pretty much what we're looking at is purchasing your digital repeater and then reusing all your equipment that you guys purchased in May and putting it in Newcastle. So the only part that you're going to be out that we spent in May is some labor. So, economically, I think it's your best choice. And
What does a new repeater cost?
You're looking at like $22,000 for a new digital repeater. And I will reuse your duplexer. We sold the SO, a duplexer, probably about 6 years ago, I believe it was. And, it's a passive component that you've got to have with the system. It's been an air conditioned enclosed area, so there's nothing wrong with it. So that would save you about $2,200 on it. So, and then I'm going to, once again, reuse the frequency that you got here in town. I would have to change that frequency from analog to digital operation here in town. And we would reuse some old I guess 2017 dispatch equipment to do that digital link. And so we're reusing a lot of equipment that y'all already or that you have, and we can, continue using it and reutilize it for this system.
Will this help with the volunteer fire departments and their radios?
Now, this is just with the PD and the SO.
Okay.
Communication with PD and SO.
When y'all did this earlier, y'all left the south side of the county blind for.
Yeah, how are y'all's radios? Are they?
Well, they're better than they were, but I have a question. I can pick up, I was in Abilene Sunday, I could pick up the SO perfect on my handheld. Why can you pick up our fire department radios, you have one repeater for the SO, we have 5 separate ones for the fire department, and you can't hardly get, I mean, it's static all over the county. I don't know why we have 5 that won't work as good as one.
Have you looked at
Well,
our?
we just installed a repeater for the fire department at Dark Canyon, and are you alive? Where are you at?
Last.
Yeah, see, that's, that's shooting across there a pretty good ways.
But my question is why we've got, what is the difference between what we have set up for the county fire versus your SO? Because you've only got
Well,
one.
the SO is on a 440-foot tower. County fires are on little 70-foot towers.
Okay, so would it not be feasible to go from 5 on these 70-foot towers to put one for the Young County on that same tower? We have one tower that we're maintaining versus 5. What's the cost difference in?
Well, the difference is you're covering, or the fire departments, they're trying to cover, and they are covering inside houses for paging and stuff like that. The SO repeater or the system was designed for on the street use. So if you got an officer out on the street and what have you, that's, that'll work fine. But the reason that we're having to put a channel in here for the PD is for that indoor use. And that's why we set repeaters at different locations for the fire departments, because they're close to the fire department. Unfortunately, we don't have one by Elizaville. A rule of thumb, about 7-8 miles is all you're going to get out of a VHF analog system indoors. So, 5 repeaters, you're not going to cover, Young County that well with 5 repeaters indoor coverage. And all your repeaters currently are, 50 watt also. Theirs is 110 watts.
So it's going on the watts because I mean, my point is I have the same handheld that's picking up
Right.
the SO from Abilene, clear as a bell.
Well, you're getting skipped there. I mean, and that's another downside of VHF is
I'm gonna get skipped if it's clear as a bell.
just the propagation of it. It's not designed to talk all the way to Abilene. It's skip.
What does that mean? I don't know what that means.
Atmospheric. You're bouncing off the atmosphere and it's hidden, right? That's why you have, some days you'll be able to talk a lot clearer because the atmosphere is clear. And yeah, you can probably hear it, but I promise you couldn't talk like this.
But okay, all right, skip aside. It's just, my whole deal is that why is it not more feasible to take our Young County 5 repeaters, do away with 5 repeaters and put one up on the same tower at the SO when we're only maintaining one, we're only paying rent on one, we're only paying electricity on one.
You're paying rent on 0 right now. That's why they've done the 70-foot. Y'all were on a 350-foot tower, but they decided to come off of it.
We're paying lease on Newcastle.
Huh?
We're paying lease on Newcastle.
You paying the city to lease that, or the
Yes.
city allowed it on?
Well, they charged us to put it on.
Okay.
So that's why the city.
I mean, I didn't make those agreements.
But I'm just wondering what the, instead of maintaining 5, why it wouldn't be simpler? Is there a reason why we can't put one on the same tower as the SO?
But it's the city covered.
Yeah, I mean, you could, but I promise you
They have a
that
contract with us to provide dispatch, and you can't.
On your analog side,
we're on digital.
When we moved our, we can't provide
the
service.
county fires analog on. That's another reason why you don't.
It's an unsafe situation.
You would have to purchase several radios for the county fire side to go digital. Y'all got, Elizaville got some digital radios.
Everybody's got digital capable radios on the fire departments.
But my point is, it's just unfortunate when we moved the tower, it created those problems.
They got some.
They've got some, not all, because
Yeah.
we can't.
But if you go digital, you're going digital, you gotta have all. That's what we had to work towards on the SO and the PD. They're completely digital.
So I know we're getting a little bit off topic, but I would like to know how we can improve our DFD communications, because the it's been a problem for a while now. And I'd like to figure out a plan for that. I know that's a separate topic from what we're talking here, but can we kind of put that on your, let you start thinking about
Well,
where
I
we
mean-
can make some improvements?
As far as volunteer fire departments go, I can't hardly talk to Gabe if I'm in the bunker and we're looking for a fire. But I can talk to Lovey anytime I want to.
Logan's a higher elevation. Logan's, you know, one of the highest points in the county. Yeah.
They look down.
It's all.
All we gotta do is put it up there at Dark Canyon somewhere.
We're getting totally off topic, but I think this is an important issue, so let's think about what we can do to make some improvements, because it has been a consistent complaint for a while that we're not, that our communications could be better. Okay.
I'm gonna make a motion, we're gonna take, use Dwayne's idea to purchase the new rebigger for the main out here at the Timmy Mountain. And take some of the used stuff we've got to put together, put out there on Radio Hill, so we can make this situation that repair and take off of that one, and see that it will be upgraded. Yes, it's gonna be upgraded. And we'll put it on Radio Tower, and we'll take one Radio Tower and move it over to Newcastle. Yes. Second.
We're looking at that at 22,000.
It's gonna be around, after everything's off, about 31. Labor and with upgrades, yeah, upgrade and everything else.
You're not volunteering or donating your labor to this wonderful cause? That's a bad.
I gotta eat.
All right, so we have a motion from Commissioner Wiley, a second from Commissioner Shook to purchase a new repeater to improve communications with ESO and Grand PD's handhelds. Any more discussion on it? If not, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? That passes 5-0. We're good.
Thank you, Roy.
Thanks. All right, let's go to item number 12, which is the sheriff's and the jail's activity reports. Need a break?
I could use another
Timmy, hurry up.
Look at the miles on the Jeep. It's just amazing how many miles we have to drive.
Yeah, I can't keep mine. Use that.
How close are we to our max population?
That thing will still operate. It'll be next month, we'll still operate. But so it's been, that's on average in 102. But like I say, all the county.
Well, Baylor County picked back up. They did. Oh, no, Baylor picked back up for a while.
What percentage of them are out of the county?
3, I think. Yeah.
What's changed with Baylor County that they're using us again? Because they had stopped for a while. No, just
I guess
okay. So there's nothing's really happened over there. It's just they
had a
sent out.
conversation with them.
Okay.
I know we did 3 juvenile transports.
Oh, the miles, that's just crazy. Absolutely crazy. Although, we did have a funny incident where we had a hearing last week, and they get about halfway back, and they realized that they forgot one of the juveniles. They had to go back and get them. It happened. It was a, I mean, it only delayed things like 30 minutes because she figured it out pretty quick, but, it was kind of funny. Do we have any questions for the sheriff? I know everyone just kind of has to move on, but any questions? If not, we will move to his, SO report. And have you given those out? Okay. Ooh, good.
We got extra.
Yeah. That's Stacy. That's fire. Okay, so that's a new line. I like that you're putting that on there. So we have seven CIT responders. That's, well, I'm glad we're tracking that. Because I think that's interesting to see.
Particularly missing persons on, very low number throughout the year on missing persons.
Yeah.
So, we can't be missing that much.
No, this is a better thing to put on there. And, are you happy with how that's working? Right. Yeah, good.
But we had a deal the other night where
Let's take it off.
and she was on her way to Jacksonville, where she wanted all these dollars.
Yeah.
Serious. So take both of them, go take it. So we don't get more education.
Okay, let me ask you this question. You have no arrests for drug-related charges, but you see this 50 kilograms of methamphetamine. How does that work?
Those XLTs,
So that's
we converted it, what we've got is.
more so for Timmy to identify the canine stats versus the regular patrol stats.
Oh, okay.
So she knows what's going on.
So there were 3 arrests for the canine team, but no arrests. Okay,
There was 3 arrests made
gotcha.
at the bottom that came.
Gotcha. Okay.
I've got the claims coming up now.
They're probably going to.
Guys, we're getting, I'm gonna get some around pretty quick, it's gonna be up there.
Civil matter. Yeah. What was it last month?
6.
11 this month?
Yeah.
Last month.
Yeah, only 6 last month.
It's a shame. Thank you, sir. Welcome.
Why is it a shame that there's less civil?
No, there's more. There's
Oh. All right, any more questions for the sheriff? Thank you, appreciate you.
All right, thank you, guys. Thank you.
All right, now we get to make a big leap to number 19. Ratify the 2026 Young County Indigent Defense Grant Program Resolution number 127. So this, I got this the afternoon of when we finished our last Commissioners Court meeting. And this was one of those weird times where we went 3 weeks between meetings. I didn't feel like I had time to wait to get it in safely. So I went ahead and executed it and sent it in. What I'm asking the court to do is to review the resolution for the Indigent Defense Grant Program and ratify the document that I sent in 3 weeks ago. This is something that we've done every year. I'm not sure there's any county in Texas that doesn't participate in this. But do we have a motion to ratify the resolution 127? All right, we have a motion from Commissioner Wiley, we have a second from Commissioner Cresswell. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes 5-0. Sheriff, you want to stay for this next one?
I'm not going nowhere.
Okay. Item number 2020 is to ratify the Senate Bill 22 grant agreement for the Rural Sheriff's Office Salary Assistant Program Award for fiscal year 2026. In your packet, you can see that I have applied for the Senate Bill 22 Sheriff's Office grant for $350,000. It has been approved by the Comptroller's Office and signed.
We've received the money.
We have received the money. Okay, that's good to know, because a lot of counties are saying they haven't received the money yet. So, but we have.
You got last week.
Okay, well, that's good to know. And then, before I ask for a vote on this, I have finished the compliance report for last year's Sheriff's Office grant. I'm sure they're gonna have some feedback on it. We were able to spend every dollar of that grant. In fact, the sheriff and his team and I, we sat down at the very end. We kind of went through the numbers, and based off interest earned, we were able to purchase new handguns for the department. So, which was good news. But we were able to spend, I want to say, $180,000 of it went to salaries, and the rest went to equipment. But that was for 25. But do we have a motion to ratify the executed fiscal year 26 Senate Bill 22 grant agreement? We have a motion from Commissioner Wiley. Do we have a second? We have a second from, I'm going to give that to Commissioner Craig. Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes 5-0. Okay, item number 21 is ratify the memorandum of understanding with the Abilene Recovery Council in Young County. We agreed to this document a while back. This is now the executed agreement, and I just would like the court to ratify it, and we can keep the executed agreement in the public record. We have a motion to approve the ratified agreement, to ratify the agreement. We have a motion from Commissioner Wiley. Do we have a second? Second from Commissioner Shook. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes 5-0. Item number 22, discuss and consider employee bonds. Edwin S. Graham, Young County Judge, bond and oath increase from $100,000 to $500,000. So that is something that the legislature passed. They changed everybody in the state of Texas who does probates and guardianships, and they made the bond increase from $100,000 to $500,000. So that's why my bond's on there. And then Christina Moore, Deputy Tax Collector, $5,000, and then Stacy Mallory, duly appointed District Clerk, $50,000. The reason that one is because Jamie resigned and she came on, so we had to get a bond on her behalf. Do we have a motion to approve these three employee bonds?
So moved.
Motion from Commissioner Cresswell. Do we have a second? Second from Alan Craig. Commissioner Craig. I'm trying to be so formal, but
We're getting that.
all in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes 5-0. For some reason, I'm having a problem with that today. All right, item number 20. Huh? No problem here. All right, item number 23. Consider the extension agent's September report request for reimbursement. Ms. Penny Behrens is $491.40. Savannah Williams is, we have to change that number. What is the number?
Savannah's is changed to $2,924.43.
Okay.
She was at the end of her budget, and she went over just that, so we had to lower it.
Okay. So we have an amended number on Miss Williams. Do we have a motion to approve their September reports? We have a motion from Commissioner Wiley. Do we have a second? Second from Commissioner Craig. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes 5-0. Okay, let's move to item number 24. Discuss and consider the purchase of a Kubota excavator from Precinct 4, financed through the First National Bank, Wichita Falls, and that's going to be, okay, hang on, I say Commissioner, oh, okay. So you're purchasing this from Commissioner Wiley?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me read that again, because I got confused. Discuss and consider the purchase of a Kubota excavator from Precinct 4, financed through First National Bank, Wichita Falls. Commissioner Shook, this is your item.
Yeah, I'm just trying to ratify this purchase. It's a piece of machinery we've never had, but we desperately need. So it's a good used piece of equipment that we would like to purchase.
Okay. And that's a motion?
Yes, please.
All right, so we have a motion from Commissioner Shook. Is there a second? Second from Commissioner Wiley. Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes. You opposed?
Yep.
Okay, motion passes 4-1.
You didn't offer it to me.
Judge Graham, that's one of the ones we had to contract to.
Why wouldn't I?
All right.
You should have got a bidding against it.
Motion passes 4-1 with Commissioner Cresswell opposing. I love that.
Look on Jimmy's face and try that one.
That's pretty funny. All right. Item number 25, discuss and consider equipment lease for a 2027 Mack truck with First National Bank Leasing. Commissioner Craig?
Yes, it's equipment we need. It's a have no bobtail truck for smaller loads and get in some of the tighter places. Contacted Ruckner's, they worked me up a quote. So First National Bank put it on the government lease program, which is a 4-year lease with the, if we decide to purchase, it'll be 51% residual purchase at that time. Anticipate that we will do the purchase. So just give us some time to evaluate what the market is
Okay.
at that point in time.
What are they offering on the trade?
No trading. No trading. This does not go in the current budget. Will not be until next year's budget.
Okay.
It's tentatively in the December bill. Could get it possibly into January.
Okay.
That's a year's usage of before we're out of it.
Okay. And you're making a motion?
So
Do we have a second? Second from Commissioner Wiley. Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes 5-0. All right, item number 26, discuss and consider an application permit to cross county road to construct a pipeline or utility. This is from Burns and McDonald for Campbell Road. Commissioner Craig?
Okay, Burns and McDonald are working for Encore. And actually, I didn't learn of this application until later. I don't think they needed to submit it because they're basically upgrading an overhead line. They're simply setting a new pole and raising it from 35 feet to 40. But since they've gone through all this effort and all, I move that we give them their permit.
I think it's good that they do it because we have a documentation of it in the record. I think
They
it's-
have an existing line, so we should have had documentation already, but they're simply upgrading their line.
Okay. So we have a motion from Commissioner Craig. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Commissioner Cresswell. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes 5-0. All right, item number 27, discuss and consider application permit to install an entry into county road right-of-way ditch line for RG Loop Road for Portfolio Diversified Alpha LP and Wyoming Limited Partnership. That's a mouthful.
Yes.
Commissioner Craig, would you like to tell me about Portfolio Diversified Alpha?
They are Wyoming Limited Partnership with offices in Ohio. They are basically putting in a subdivision. They did not have their paperwork in order and had not filed a plat and all of that. It is currently in the works. They were supposed to file that before they ever moved any dirt or anything else.
I have some information on that, but I'll tell you after. I've done some research on this.
They asked to put in they didn't ask, actually caught them in the process. I see no problem with the entrance. I see no reason to deny it. It will require a culvert. They asked for it to be 60 foot.
Is it not gonna need two for subdivision?
If they have a cul-de-sac at the end, does it still need to be, like I say, they have not filed all of their subdivision paperwork at this point in time.
So we'll have to figure all that out when they, if and when they.
We have to see what they bring to the table, I mean.
But currently, they have filled the ditch and they're crossing over.
I would dig it out.
Well, I can.
I would have been a done thing. They can't dig up and mess around if you ain't got a way in.
I agree. So it's just a matter of how deep we want to get in there. If they seem to be showing good faith and effort to get their plat and all together. So I felt like we could give them a little time to. There is no water there. They have drilled a well and it's 8 gallons a minute. But there will not be enough, I do not believe. Groundwater. And they were doing a water study and they were initially under the impression that they did not have to do subdivision filings because it was over 10.1 acres. But they made a mistake of putting a central road through the middle that all of the lots tied to. And that changed things completely.
And you're making a motion.
I'm making a motion to go ahead and put the.
Is there a
allow the
second?
entrance.
Is there a second to Commissioner Craig's motion? We have a second from Commissioner Cresswell. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes 5-0. All right, item number 28, discuss and consider the purchase of a 2025 CAT 310 excavator from Warren Cat through Stuart Cobb, First National Bank. Commissioner Wiley, this is your item.
Well, the reason, I've got my excavator right there, making a purchase, and we're gonna take the proceeds from that, put it in on this, so.
Basically, he's allowing you to upgrade your equipment.
Yeah.
Good deal. Did you really, did you kind of get him really good on the deal? It's debatable. All right, is that a motion?
Yes, sir.
That's a motion from Commissioner Wiley. Do we have a second? We have a second from Commissioner Shook. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes 5-0. think we're ever gonna get here. Item number 29, discuss and consider burn restrictions.
No action.
We're still crazy dry. I just, FYI, over the weekend, we had, numerous strike teams, numerous equipment staged. I can't find all the emails, but those are strike teams, staged in our area. So, I mean, this weekend, they thought we were really at danger of getting something.
That's
So,
bad enough, I called in person myself for burning trash in the trash barrel.
really,
Well, you got about 15, 20 mile an hour wind there that day, and burning it in the trash barrels. I called the sheriff, I called dispatch and had them go put it out.
okay, no action, right? Do we have a motion to adjourn? Second. Motion, Commissioner Wiley, second from Scott Shipp, all in favor? All right, we are adjourned. 5:00.
Scott, your other page. Did you get the first one now?
Better than
Yes.
There's something else.
Hello.
Hi, Gina, how are you?
I'm good.
We're
So-
adjourned, you can't come to bed. You should have been here early.
So bad, but hopefully that works. Yeah, this is kind of I'm totally out of the loop on this. That isn't, not surprised at how much.
I'm surprised too.
Because I mean, am I right with this, that if they just go ahead and shut those leases, that they don't have to deal with y'all at all?
They don't have to.
They do not.
They don't have to. They're gonna ask for tax abatements.
Right.